This is Pre-Calculus, Chapter 1, Section 6, problem number 67. This time I'm using a distance, rate, and times table, similar to the way they show it in the textbook, so you can just follow along procedure-wise. So in this, we set up the table. We've got our distance, rate, and time here, and we've got the two different types of transportation. We know that, we don't really know the numbers, but we know the distance for the bus. I'm just going to call that capital B for bus. The distance for train, I'm going to do capital T for train. The rates we do know. We know that the bus was going 40 miles per hour and the train was going 60 miles per hour. The time we also don't know, so I'm going to use little t with a sub b for the time on the bus, and I'm going to use a little t with a sub capital T for the time on the train. And you can see in this table there's too many unknowns. I've actually got 4 unknowns, which is way too many. So we have to do a little bit of analysis here. And first of all, using the fact that distance equals rate times time, I can write the distance on the bus in terms of the time on the bus. I can also write the distance of the train in terms of time on the train. We've been given 2 pieces of information, and one is that the distances have to add up to 300 miles, and that the times have to add up to 5.5 hours. Well, again, there are 2 variables here and 2 variables here, so I need to find ways of consolidating this. So I'm going to take this time one. Since time is what we're interested in, I'm going to take time, and I'm going to write the time on the bus in terms of time on the train, which allows me to substitute that in to this statement up here about the distance on the bus. So we substitute that in. And now I'm going to go back to the first equation where the 2 distances add up to 300, and I'm going to change those from the capital B and the capital T into terms of time on the train. And now you'll see that the equation only has 1 variable. It only has the time in reference to the time on the train, which is actually what we want to solve in the first place, so this works out really well. To just solve for this, we'll have the answer to the question. So we're going to distribute, we're going to collect, we're going to divide, and we get time on the train is 4, and so the answer is 4 hours on the train.